We see the bigger picture.
Making the economy work and grow even faster. Very reasonable price.
Business
See ya.
Express.
Good morning to you once more, Lagos. You're tuned in and listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. But as it is 45 minutes gone past 6 today, Friday, the 18th of May, it's time to jump into the world of tech discussions inside of Business Express for Tech Friday. Good morning, Rotus. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, Folu. Good morning, Lagos City. How are you guys doing out there? Yes, yes, I hope they're doing fine.
I was just waiting. I was like, you see, that's
Well,
the
you know, I just throw
problem
it. I
with
just
every
throw it. Yeah, you just throw it out. Just throw it out. You throw it out, and then they nod. They nod.
Lagos City, we're up streaming on YouTube, so please check us out, youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos, and send us your messages and comments, of which I'm sure you'll have quite a few. Just send them to our WhatsApp number 0809 4440981, or tweet at us, just add the hashtag Business Express 981.
Thank you. I want to welcome Fisayo as usual in the studio. Fisayo, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rotus.
All right, all right. I'm not even giving any market updates. We're just going straight into we're just going straight into the stories. Real quick, over in the UK, I'm showing here that Fisayo UK digital radio listening has overtaken Analogue. Where are the figures here now? 50% up from 47% a year ago. Now listening to digital radio. On our own side, our dear Ministry of Communications, they've been saying they're going to migrate us over to the digital side from Analogue, but it hasn't quite happened yet. Any comments, thoughts?
I'm sure we're still waiting for digital TV and migration.
Yeah.
I know they're test running something in Abuja some time ago, and then shouting about some cable or some transmitter. I don't know.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
that would help you convert digital signal to your regular TV. But we've not seen anything concrete.
Nothing yet.
Let's just see how this goes.
Okay.
They're just stories that touch so far.
that's pretty much what it is. All right, let's look at this piece. I think I mentioned this. Didn't I mention this last month or so? I don't know if I'm mixing this up with the marketplace, but Cheta tweeted this, and then I think I mentioned it because it was a tweet, but now he's written an actual piece on this. SMS voting may solve Nigeria's voter apathy. You guys
I rolled
out there,
my eyes so hard.
no,
Rolled my eyes.
I'm hitching my wagon to this. You guys out there, let me know what you think about this. So, and I'll tweet. Okay, I already tweeted the piece. So we'll retweet it on the Smooth FM handle, so you guys can take a look and read it. But Cheta was using the whole voting thing with Big Brother Nigeria, right? As
Again, I rolled my eyes so hard.
And you're saying, hey, look, is it possible that you can possibly increase turnout if people can vote via SMS? So what do you think of the piece?
I think it's an interesting base that it started from. 170 million text messages at 30 naira each. So it means it won't cost people to vote during Big Brother Niger.
Yeah.
Right? So people, okay, so there are 170 million texts sent.
Right.
It doesn't mean 170 million
people voted.
No.
Right.
So it means people are incentivized again to send multiple text messages.
Yes,
maybe or
which
maybe
people
not.
did.
Right. So, but when it comes to voting, right, I'm not sure they would charge me to vote. Right. So since I'm not going to be charged, so it means that if I register, then I can just as well just vote.
Right.
Then the question I'll have to ask is, do we actually even want everybody to vote? Again, this is looking at electoral system and how it typically works. So I know there are things around electoral colleges where a few people can decide, few elites can decide because they seem to have maybe bigger brains or something. Can determine who the leaders should actually be, not necessarily leaving it to the whole wild world to do that, right? But when it comes to voter apathy, right, I believe if the convenience around voting is sorted, because when I was serving in Abia State, then we have to accredit people in the morning, they go back home and then come back in the afternoon to start voting, and then after that we'll not start counting, and then we'll start fighting after that, right? So that for me is stress, like someone said, is optimized for joblessness, right? So it means people that don't necessarily have anything to do, that's
are the ones that can go and do all that stuff.
So yeah, but then there are concerns regarding credibility of it. So how would you guard against rigging or hacking? Because Democrats are still shouting about hacking in the US up until now, shamelessly.
Yeah. don't. He's a Trump supporter. Keep going. Continue. Okay, so
right. So if Democrats can say, I mean, like people wrote a book on it, what happened, right? So they're still talking about electoral fraud in the US.
Yes.
So it's just questions that needs to be answered. Yeah, well.
I mean, gentlemen, I feel like all we need to do is look at the way e-commerce is done in Lagos to just understand how it's done in Nigeria, to understand how Nigerians actually deal with sensitive information on the internet. The truth is, we don't have a lot of protections that exist in that space. People don't fundamentally trust it. So while it may seem like an easy idea to say, oh yeah, let's all text in, you're going to question everything about it. And what's worse still, what happens if your information is leaked so that people then know exactly who you voted for?
Yeah.
How do you guard against that?
Well,
the implications are so far wide-ranging that I think comparing it, that's why it makes me roll my eyes.
Well, this has been tested. So it was done in Libya. They did voter registration via SMS, and they were able to register over 1 million people. It's just a test case. So the thing is, the way I'm looking at it, Cheta also mentions the SMS registration. You know how what MTN got into trouble with. So if I'm looking at it from a case of a BVN accreditation, and then bounce from there onto SMS. You use that as a link to voting for SMS. So everyone, like, we know what your phone number is, we know what it's linked to, we know what I'm linked to, we know what Fisayo is. So regardless of how many phones each of us have, as he puts it in the article, once you send that SMS over to INEC, they can see that this one number has come from Folu or Fisayo or Rotus. So,
but there's still always going to be the need for physical verification of who that person is, especially in a process such as voting.
Well, but he's talking about data. So he's talking about, so he talks about
just
data.
collating the data or getting people to register.
Right. So data harmonization is supposed to take care of that. I mean,
to an extent it does, but even with that, that's what I'm saying. For sensitive things, they will still ask you to come in to ensure that you haven't passed on, that you haven't. There is still that physical need, especially for very sensitive things. Your passport, we may know your digital data. We're not just going to hand out a passport to you. You have to come.
You have to come in.
I mean,
well, it's
I think that security is huge.
tricky.
I mean, I think it's a cause for concern, especially when the Inspector General of Police cannot speak. I mean, cannot read English.
This is man's dyslexia that he has exposed to the world.
Okay. So in a country where the Inspector General cannot necessarily read or write, so I can't entrust that system with my sensitive information, right? And then suddenly you just discover that somehow in Port Harcourt they have much more voters than they have in Lagos or some creek in Bayelsa. So they just have 1.7 million voters. So, again, those are things that will just show up immediately, because I know politicians will never change their ways. So that's I mean, they are just interesting things to look at.
Yeah. Okay.
We've got messages coming in. Bega Kamu says, if we vote via SMS, how do we protect the sanctity of the system? Even in the developed countries, people still go to voting centers. So let's not have tunnel vision on this issue. Interesting. Still more. Cruz says, good morning, people. I believe that anything can work in Niger if we allow it to do so. There are just too many people with personal motives. SMS voting should not be difficult.
All right.
Juan Nedu says, guys, please, phone owners are bioregistered already. Yes, we were talking about that.
Okay.
And Ugo Machidoze says, you want to vote with SMS? Politicians will buy up all the pre-registered lines from the network providers and use it to vote for themselves. Please, I am a programmer, so I know exactly what I'm saying. Please, SMS cannot be used to vote in Nigeria.
Ugoma, even if you're registered. Okay. He's a programmer. Okay. All right. Let's one more from Amaka.
Yes, Amaka says Fisayo hit the nail on the head. It's not far-fetched. It's whether the cabal wants
the cabal. All right, Fisayo. You guys remember Fisayo writes in Nairametrics. He has an interesting article here on business models and whether or not certain pay. You know what? Let me allow you to describe this article. So the headline is Paga, Eureka, and suddenly savings. So please help us out. What were you writing about in this piece?
Okay, so that people have built businesses on savings. So can I mention it?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, so we've seen Piggy Bank, Carrywise, Mycolo. I mean, built strong businesses at least over the last 2 years.
Right, on savings exclusively.
Exclusively, right. So, but however, we've also seen the lending game, take off in Nigeria. So with pay later, branch, just people lending, micro lending to people.
Right.
But again, for you to be able to lend effectively, you have to source these cheap deposits, right? And then it's difficult to get cheap deposits. So what these lending guys are doing is just to try and figure out how can I get this cheap deposit. And then the easiest way for them to get cheap deposits is also get into this savings.
Right. So that they're going into the savings game.
They're going into the savings game, right? So what the savings guys do is once they take savings from you, they promise you high interest rates.
Yes.
So with Alert promising 10%, Carrywise promising 10%, Piggy Bank maybe 4%.
Right.
again, I don't know why they're doing that. So they'll take those savings, put in treasury bills that with higher yields, and then make a spread off it. So that's a simple business model.
Right.
But right now the yields are falling. Right. However, for the savings guys, once the mop of this, I mean, for the lending guys, once the mop of this lending, I mean, savings from people, they will use it to lend.
Okay.
Right. At 1% per day.
Which is
high, criminal.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But
Right.
people take those loans at 1% per day, irrespective. So it means that they can potentially offer you higher rate on your savings.
Right.
So suddenly making people that are exclusively
savings almost obsolete,
less competitive,
right,
especially when it comes to pricing. So
right,
that's how these things work. And then a few people have announced their savings product already. Paga has already announced, which is a mobile money operator, and then Pay Later is a digital lending platform.
Right,
has already
right.
announced their savings product. So I'm just wondering how the savings guys would respond to this incursion on their
turf. Nice. Okay.
Messages coming through. Rotus, I love your new name, Rooster.
No, this was a classic one from Freshly Pressed.
Yinka
is being funny.
He says, Rooster C, in as much as I support this e-voting thing and data merging, INEC is one body that I do not trust. When some years back in Ekiti, the name Mike Tyson popped up on the INEC register. See, this Russia interference in the US election is at the level it is at because it is in the West. Because here, any form of interference will cause serious gobe. But in the end, one thing is yet to be addressed. Will there be lights to charge the phones? It is just a matter of time before we hear, sorry, there's no light to operate the machines.
Yinka, thanks for your message. But I mean, INEC did a good job in 2015. Let's give them their props. They did a pretty good job, Mr. Jigga and everything. So I mean, I would.
Still the best drama I've ever watched on
and
TV.
There's always spots of voting irregularities here and there now. So I think that's something that.
And somebody can name that child Mike Tyson. Hey, it's possible.
So I can't borrow your phone to vote.
You know, you
Besides, so it means if my phone is not charged, I can't vote.
You can't vote.
I'm disenfranchised. I mean, really.
That's
why we have power banks. We only have 50 seconds. Yeah, I think that's
another message.
Yeah,
in 50 seconds. Nee says we might not be able to vote with SMS for now, but they should at least make the registration process easy via SMS. True. Okay. If I have a BVN, I should be able to use that to register for my voter's card via SMS. They will then print the card and send me an SMS to come for the physical card at a convenient location once the card is ready. They can do the physical verification then. Nee,
right.
I 100% agree with you.
Nice message.
That is an intelligent way to use the registration process.
Yep.
All right. We're done.
That should do it. It's nice discussion. Love the messages. You guys, good stuff out there in WhatsApp land. Folu and Fisayo,
yes, so Mike Tyson can. The person's father could have been like, you are going to beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, you are